Wow, I've made it 28 days with just delicious, delicious juice and the occasional coconut water. Um, man, uh, crazy, crazy ride so far. Feel pretty good. Same old every day. I feel pretty good. Uh, I haven't weighed myself today. I decided not to, and I really got to get on this idea of not weighing myself every day because for one, I mean, I imagine I'm kind of I think I'm still in that plateau area. Uh, just based on yesterday's trip to the scale and the day before and all. Maybe it's like a mini plateau. I don't know, but I feel good. I feel great. I feel healthy, and it's pretty stressful. But it's a little bit easier now than when I first started. I mean, obviously, it's just so crazy to sit here and think about a month, to think about 28 days, 4 weeks of just nothing but juicing, and what I've accomplished so far. Almost 40 pounds gone, and that's insane. Um, but again, in reality, it's been more like 6 weeks because I took those 2 weeks to ease into the juice plan, and again, that's what I credit most for my success is that choice is taking the time to cut out the meat, cut out the caffeine, cut out the sugary drinks, ease back on everything, and just eat a vegetable diet for 2 weeks leading up to the juicing, giving my body some time to detox in that area before the heavy detoxing of juice and flushing out my system and all took effect. So just thinking back, and the first couple of days were rough, but again, they weren't as rough as I've heard a lot of other people have suffered, and stuff I've seen online and everything. It wasn't as rough as most of those people made it out to be, and again, that's because I took those 2 weeks. But things are good. I'm not going to crack anytime soon. I have a definite goal in mind. I really want to get to December 26th. So we're getting pretty close to there. About 5 more weeks left. About 5, 6 more weeks left. Closer to 6, I guess. And that would be great. The day after Christmas, if I could be eating raw fruits and vegetables and soup, that sounds great. I would love some soup. Kind of soup would I get? Oh, I know what kind of soup I'd eat. I'd eat the tomato gnocchi soup at Cafe Prague. I just drink it, just pour it down into my face hole, and then maybe not eat the gnocchi because I don't think at that point my body's going to be ready for that something that heavy. But anyway, so it's nice to dream about that stuff. It's nice to think about it, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been watching a lot of food stuff just because. I mean, at night, I go on YouTube and I watch Travel Channel, Food Paradise things, and Epic Mealtime, and things like that. And I just want to see food. I just want to see people eat it, and it's really funny how eye-opening that stuff has been, and just to how addicted to food I am. I mean, I know part of it is I'm just hungry, and I just, it's fine. It's natural to, like, pine for food when you haven't had food, and to sit there and drool over it. But I mean, it is really an addiction for me. It is, like, it's the single biggest one. I'm the poster child for excess living, and for living in excess, and it's not something I'm proud of. I mean, it's just who I was for so long, and it was hard to really take a step back and objectively look at how I was and those choices and everything, and say with a straight face, like, that's not the way to live. And again, I talked a little bit before too how you kind of get stuck in this spiral and you kind of self-validate your choices because for so long you've been doing it that way, and you don't really notice a pound here or there kind of being stacked on. So that's not something that really deters you from making those choices again and again. But also, you come up with these little things that you say to yourself that you know, uh, enable you to continue down that path of destruction. I mean, You know, at my worst, when I was most depressed, I would probably, you know, drink a bunch of vodka and like eat like $20 worth of Taco Bell in a sitting, like crazy stuff. And you know, that's just all. That was all stress eating. That was all because I was sad and blah blah blah. And you know, part of continuing to do that, even though I'd feel horrible about it afterwards. You know, part of the way I would validate those choices to myself to say, hey, you know, I can eat pizza 4 nights a week, and it's not a big deal. Was because, you know, I was so big, and say nobody has any right to tell me how I should look or how I should be, and that's true. Like I would never tell anybody, you know, that they're too fat or they're too skinny or they're too tall or too short or too brown or too white or whatever. I would never dream of doing something like that to somebody. But there is a very definite line between being healthy and being unhealthy, and that's, you know, white and black. You can't argue that. Either you choose to live a healthy life or you choose to ignore it, and that's fine. You can live any way you want. I mean, again, I don't judge you, but you know that nobody that is this way that I am wants to be that way, and you know thinks that that's a good way to live. I mean, they shouldn't. If they do, then they're crazy and they're doing that, you know, kind of self psychosis validation stuff that I've been doing my whole life, and you know that's not the way to live. So, if there's one thing that this has all taught me is it's that, and you know when I do come out the other side and hopefully a lot, you know, slimmer and a lot healthier and a lot more able to live life on par with everybody else that you know I know here in the city, and you know not canceling on things because I'm worried about, you know, having to walk with a group of skinny people and things like that. Once I get to the other end and I'm there, and it's definitely going to be a prevailing theme for my life is, you know, meat, you know, chicken or pork or seafood or something once or twice a week, and you know for the rest of it it's just vegetables. Just veggies, veggies, veggies. And even though I am compiling quite the list of things that I want to eat when I come out the other side of this thing, um, in the end, it's just wishful thinking. It's when I'm done, I'm going to be so happy with my progress, and I'm going to be so happy with how I feel, and I'm already really happy with my progress and how I feel. There's no way that I'm just going to allow myself to be taken down and by one little thing, by one bacon cheeseburger, and you know, there's no way that I'm going to revert back to that life because I feel totally different now and I feel a lot better. So, I don't know. I wanted to do something special for the day 28 video. I kind of did the special thing yesterday, going for a walk and doing my video on my phone. But I don't know. I got really personal. Maybe, how's that for being special? Is that special? But anyway, day 28, really crazy, really awesome. 2 days away from hitting the 30 number, which will be pretty great. I can't wait to get there. And, you know, I wish I would have weighed myself this morning, but I didn't. I probably will tomorrow. Hopefully I won't. I'll try and hold off for at least 3 days or 4 days or something and see where I'm at from there. But, yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for keeping me going. And, you know, again, I'm starting to run out of things to say in these frickin' videos because I've done 28 of them. But if there's anything you want me to talk about, if there's any questions you have or anything like that, you can just hit me up on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Dave Hinkle, DAVEHIN as in Nancy, KLE. So hit me up there, and or hit me up on Facebook or whatever. Anything you want to know, I'll try and answer them in the videos, and hopefully that'll give me a bit more focus on these, and I'll do less rambly kind of tangents and meandering from subject to subject. So yeah, there we go. All right, well, thanks again. Day 28, gonna kill it, guys.